As part of my Buddha challenge this year, I am meditating for an hour in one sitting for 30 days. I've done meditation for quite a while now, for 6 years on and off, trying different meditation apps like Headspace, different YouTube tracks, to a few proper meditation courses. As I plunged deeper into human biology and psychology, I grew to learn more and more the importance of meditation. Not only just to calm your mind, but also to take full control of your conscious life. Research says 80 to 90% of the decisions that we make every day are subconscious. These are habits or behaviors that we have been conditioned to ever since we were young. Although habits are useful to help us save time and be more effective in making decisions, some habits are not really serving us well. There's been countless of times where I observe myself acting against my will to engage in unhealthy behaviors, and every time I feel that, I can't help to think, who is it that's actually controlling the simulation using my body in an unresponsible way? And that's where meditation becomes such an invaluable tool to help us break free from this program that we've been chained by. It helps us to enhance our metacognition, to think more about our thinking, to just really widen that gap between thoughts, urges, and temptation to reaction. And that's the reason why I want to get more serious in meditation. Even though I have done this for a while now, it's nowhere close to an hour in one sitting. I really wanted to see how much further can I go in pushing my state of flow. I have two metrics that I want to track throughout this challenge. The first one is my ability to extend my calm state in my practice. And to help with that, I'm going to use this device called Muse. It is a headband that will measure my brain activity as I meditate using its EEG sensor. The coolest thing is it will give me live feedback on how my meditation is doing. If it senses that my mind is getting too distracted, my focus is drifting away, the sound of the weather will get heavier, and it will cue me to bring my attention back to my breath. And as I reach the calm state, I will hear the sound of bird chirping. And the second metric that I'll be tracking is my average mental state. I'm pretty confident that this practice will bring a lot of calmness, kindness, and quietness in my day-to-day life, which is what I really need right now. So I am really excited to just slow down and just be present every day. Let's see where things go. Alright guys, so today is the first day of the new year and the first day of my 30-day meditation challenge. And the first thing I'm gonna do is to jump into that cold shower to make sure I stay awake. So I just finished my first ever 1 hour meditation. The first 30 minutes were really tough. My mind was constantly racing. Random things kept popping into my head, like what if my roommate came out of his room and see me doing this awkwardly in the living room. But I realized after the 30-minute mark, it became really smooth. I get into this really weird deep meditative state. I felt like I was in between sleeping and awake at the same time. I also see visuals, and the specific visual that I had was jellyfish. It's completely random. I don't know what I was thinking before I arrived at that, but it was just a very calming visual, and I guess that's what my body naturally came up with when I feel calm. I don't know. It was interesting. So the cool thing is I've got everything recorded on this app. So as you can see here, there are 3 different zones. If the chart goes all the way to the top, it means my mind was active, and middle means that it's neutral. The lowest part means that I was calm. And as you can see, I'm constantly hovering between neutral and active, and only towards the end here, my mind became a lot calmer. And overall, I was only calm for 14 minutes out of the whole 1 hour, and that gives me 24% of calm. So definitely there's a huge room for improvement. It's also a good thing to know that, I'm not there yet, so that's the point of this challenge. So it's about 6:15 a.m. now, and I am off my schedule. I was supposed to be meditating 45 minutes ago, and I was supposed to be up by 5 a.m. today. But I failed to do that because I woke up late. I really want to nail this schedule down tomorrow just to make sure that I still have enough time by the time I finish my meditation to work on other things in my life.
Today is the day where I feel the calmest. I felt like I entered this calm, deep meditative state so quickly, just within like 15 minutes. I used to need about 30-45 minutes before I feel this kind of sense of calmness, but now within 15 minutes I'm into it, you know? Now I really know how it feels like to be in the state. It is really palpable. If you know that you're in the state, you know if you're in it. Today, weirdly, my body will just move on its own. It feels like I'm really in this flow. It feels like I'm just flowing so naturally. I'm not controlling my body. It just has its own muscle now that is being activated. Today is my best performance so far. So I got into the calm state pretty much immediately. And almost on average, I was always at the calm zone. I was only active for 2 seconds. I'm just feeling really calm and really peaceful right now. It's very rewarding for me because I feel like I'm seeing a tangible result from this challenge. And I want to continue with this.
Now we'll begin the practice of directing kindness to ourselves. Open your heart if it's possible. Extend loving kindness to them as well. May you be happy. May you be safe.
So I experimented with something different last week. I started a power breakfast club in my office, gather a bunch of people to do meditation together for 15 minutes. I'm going to do this every Monday morning with them. It just feels good to be surrounded with like-minded people who are into the same thing and to know that by the end of the session, you all like feel calm and grounded together. So the first week, my average mindfulness level as per self-quantified by me was 3.43. And then by the end of the second week, I ended at 4.43. So that is a 29% increase in mindfulness level. That is translated on the day-to-day of how I feel I've just become more engaged in conversations, how my mind is no longer racing when I have a lot of things to do. I could just kind of detach myself from what I have to do later and just focus on being present with the person in front of me. I just found tiny little joy in just like day-to-day kind of interactions with people. So every day I've been using Muse diligently to track my meditation score. So it tracks how calm I am for each session. I calculated the average score for the first week. That's about 34% calm. In the second week, I am averaging at 56% calm, which is 66% improvement from the first week. You could see from my journal in the first week, there's just a lot of frustration with like not feeling comfortable sitting for so long and beating myself up for like having so many thoughts. In the second week, I realized I got into deep meditative state a lot easily. It just felt like you're on this like hyper aware mode. You feel super calm, body is completely relaxed. And I realized every time after I finish the session, now I have this lasting effect of just being hyper aware. It just felt like I'm on 3-4 cups of coffee without, having the zero effect of caffeine. It's just incredible to be in that state. The prime effect usually lasts for about half an hour to an hour, and then you see a little bit of the small effect trickling in during the day, such as being more conscious. I no longer escape that much from uncomfortable situation. I became just more okay with like sitting in that discomfort. So I just completed my final meditation session for the month. I feel that I've seen a lot of improvement in terms of my mindfulness. I can catch myself before I react to my urges or before I respond to someone based on my emotion. Having said that,
when I look at my data, it isn't so great. Even though in the second week I saw a drastic improvement, I am seeing gradual decline from the second week onwards to the last week. And I realized there are many different factors that affects my mindfulness. It's not only my meditation practice. It does play a big role, but there's just so many different variables. Sleep quality is a huge one. I realize when I am not getting enough sleep, my meditation will be very disrupted. I won't get into the deep meditative state that I used to be able to get into. The food that I was consuming and my travel schedule could also be another factors. Till today, I'm still not happy with my ability to draw my attention on a particular thing. During my meditation, there's just still a lot of thoughts going on in my head, and I'm still not able to quiet my mind. Having said that, I realized the point of meditation is also not just to calm or quiet your mind, it's also to observe the thoughts that surface in your head. There have been a lot of great insights that I have been drawing from my meditation sessions. I realized when you get into that deep meditative state, you're tapping on your subconscious, and a lot of these thoughts that were buried in your subconscious that you don't really think of on the day-to-day consciously will appear in your meditation. I thought of a business idea. I thought of like reaching out to someone I had a crush on. I solved something that had been making me anxious, and I journaled right away after the meditation. So I realized you don't actually need to have a complete empty mind during your meditation. Being able to watch all these thoughts that surface alone is also very beneficial. And I think the point of meditation is just to observe, to be the bystander of the whole film and movie that is going on in your head. Tap on that second level of awareness so that I know that, hey, I'm actually observing these thoughts, but I'm not the thoughts, I'm not the emotion, and I'm just watching and calmly let it pass. Overall, I've definitely seen good results. I'm feeling really good, a lot calmer and a lot more grounded. At the same time, there's still a huge room for improvement. So I'm definitely going to continue in my practice. I know meditation is a long-term game. I'm in it for a long haul, and 30 days is definitely not enough for me to reap the most benefit out of meditation. So I'm going to keep on going and strive to be the most calm, the most zen, and the most grounded and centered person I can be.